So maybe about 10 years ago, I started drinking coffee, and not too long after I started, I noticed that the wisdom teeth in the back of my mouth, basically just started, like, shattering apart. I mean, I was brushing my teeth and everything, but I guess the teeth back there just, like, couldn't take it, and so they just, like, started busting up. And it's weird because, I don't remember ever, like, spitting out any tooth fragments, so I guess I must have been just, like, swallowing pieces of teeth. And I know this is, like, gross and random, but it leads into why I haven't posted a video in like 6 months. Yeah, so there are some things in life that you just sort of like gloss over. Like maybe it registers in your mind, but it doesn't stand out to you as something that you should be like paying attention to. Like how in a dream, like you could be at a funeral with Tom Brady, but like it doesn't really register that it's out of the ordinary. Like, this is totally normal for me and Tom Brady to be pallbearers at a funeral. No problem here, chief. It just kind of floats over your head. Thing about busted up wisdom teeth is that they tend to accumulate food particles, and even despite brushing, like the food particles don't really go anywhere unless you like brush really hard in the area that they're sort of like lodged into. And this may seem like a duh sort of thing, but it turns out that this is one of those things that you can just sort of like easily gloss over for like 10 years. And 10 years worth of rotting food lodged in your broken teeth tends to have like detrimental effects to your like microbiome, which may or may not cause nightmarish vertigo and like vertigo associated anxiety for like a decade straight. And you might think, wouldn't you have had bad breath if you had 10-year-old rotting food in your mouth? And the answer to that is surprisingly that you don't. I theorize that it must have been some sort of like protective film, like encapsulating the bad smell of the bacteria that was in there, because I never had any like bad breath from it or anything. So if you've been wondering where I've been for the past 6 months, that time was basically completely dedicated to figuring out that I had rotting food in the back of my mouth for like 10 years that I just had like no idea was there, and that had been causing me these like hellish symptoms the whole time. And it took me longer than 6 months to figure that out, by the way. Like it's basically all I've been able to think about for the past 6 or 7 years. How am I going to make this nightmare end? That sentence has been like basically on a non-stop loop in my head since about like 2014, because that's when all this weird like vertigo stuff like started for me. But these past 6 months, like I really just dedicated every ounce of my effort into like solving the issue. My life was basically on pause until I figured this out, because I wasn't ever going to like enjoy life with these symptoms just in the background all the time. And you really just wouldn't believe like the crazy things I've done, the lengths that I've gone in my attempts to make this go away. I mean, I'm not going to go into detail about it here. Maybe I'll make a video about that, but like you wouldn't believe like the weird territory that you get into when you have like a chronic issue that won't go away, and it's just like all you can ever think about. I mean, I probably could have gone to a doctor, and maybe they could have told me exactly what the issue was, and I wouldn't have had to waste my time. But I'm kind of a do-it-yourselfer, even with sort of like medical things, and I kind of get the feeling that most doctors might just like prescribe antibiotics and call it a day. And maybe it would have helped for like a month, but then I would have came back, and I just would have been on this like endless cycle of antibiotics, and that's how you end up with a C. diff infection. But yeah, been a little while. I've wanted to do YouTube this whole time, but I just had this sort of overwhelming fear come up every time I tried to like write a script for my videos. I can't go back now. It's too late. You missed your chance, buddy. And, if some of you have left, I don't blame you. But, I've always kind of felt like, if you're saying something timeless, which is to say, like something worth saying, I've always felt like it kind of doesn't matter how long it takes you to say the thing. Like, I could make a video tomorrow, or, 3 years from now, or, 30 years from now. Or even 30 years ago. And if what I'm saying is truly resonant, then, that's all that matters. It's timeless, not dependent on the context of time. But yeah, you can see the name of this channel is different. I feel Ghost of Adam. It's a little more reflective of the channel than Triforce of Adam, because, I really resonate with the idea that I died when I was 13 years old, and I've just been walking around in some, weird afterlife. With Triforce of Adam, in the event that this channel ever got, big or something, I didn't want to run into legal issues with Nintendo. Plus, I don't want the primary identity of this channel to be, Zelda associated. I mean, of course, that's going to bleed into it every now and then. But, this isn't a Zelda channel. It's a channel about me. And so, instead of changing it when it was too late to change it, I figured it's probably better just to nip the problem in the bud. And also, if anybody's interested, I made a channel where I just sort of, go out on night walks and, just sort of, make vlogs. Sort of like a journal channel. Instead of a highly scripted, high production thing like this. Just somewhere where, I post more frequently than I do here. Also, blew my stimulus check on a gaming laptop, so, I might do a gaming stream at some point soon. And also, welcome to all the new people that subscribed while I was gone. Glad to have you. Yeah, but usually shoot for like 10 minutes on these videos, but I think I should keep this one short, so, I don't have to do too much work in posting it. Because, at this point, just a matter of posting a video online, so, I can get back into the flow. So, yeah, that's the video. See you soon.